What is good, Josh on the Spool Game Man? Back with yet another reaction video, baby. And today we are back with another death battle. As we go to get into this one, it is Nightwing versus Daredevil, DC versus Marvel yet again. And you already know I can't go against Marvel. Except for this time. Give me Nightwing, right? Upset alert, bro. Give me Nightwing. I'm going DC this time around. Let me know down below who you guys are rocking with. Of course, it's the pre-fight prediction, so leave them down below in the comment section. We'll get another post-fight or pre-fight prediction. So post-video prediction, pre-video prediction just now, pre-fight prediction later, before the fight. And then dubs or L's in the chat to let me know how you guys finished out, bro. Go ahead and let it be known down below in the comment section. Interact with your boy. I'll get down in the comment section and jump in with you guys and talk about stuff. So, you know, we'll get interactive down there. Let me know what you guys are thinking about. And of course, subscribe if you're brand new to the family and like the video to support it if you guys want to see more death battles come up on the channel. So, with all that being said, let's go and see what they got to say. Of course, we'll be skipping around a little bit. Not really skipping. I'll just edit parts out for copyright stuff to be monetized. But we'll basically just kind of show their like stats and stuff like that. If you want to see the backstories, head up to the original video. Link will be down below in the description. Let's get it.
In a world where superhumans can fly through the sky or lift buildings over their head, it takes a lot more than a pair of tights for a mere mortal to stand out from the crowd. But these guys have it covered. Nightwing, the original protege of Batman. And Daredevil, Marvel's man without fear. He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick. And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle. Gotta hand it to Bats. He sure knows how to mold a kid into a criminal-crushing machine. With expertise in Taekwondo, Ninjutsu, Aikido, and a bunch of other styles, Nightwing is one of the finest martial artists in comic book history. No doubt helped by his world-class acrobatic skills. He is one of only 3 people on Earth who are capable of performing a quadruple flip. And between the fancy schooling he got at Hudson U and being a founding member of the Teen Titans, he's got brains and brawn. Plus a whole lot of weapons. Nightwing's suit is lightweight, bulletproof, and makes virtually no sound when moving. The blue colors even turn black while in the dark. His mask features a holographic UI, complete with night vision and a spectral analyzer. He's rocking utility belts on his wrists and ankles full of lockpicks, smoke pellets, and staples that are so strong they can support the weight of a freaking helicopter. He also carries a rebreather, grapple gun, and wingdings. That weird alien font with all the shapes? Oh, I'll figure out your secret one day, Wingdings. No, more like the Batarangs or Thrown Shurikens. The standard Wingdings are extremely sharp, but he also carries dulled, ultrasonic, and explosive variants. But let's get to the good stuff. Like his 2 screaming sticks. Eskrima sticks. That are great for beating the shit out of people. And they'll be pretty shocked when they find out Nightwing has wired them with 50,000 volt tasers. Despite their falling out, Nightwing clearly remains inspired by the gadgets and skills of his baddie mentor. And he's put them to good use. He's strong enough to punch people through solid walls and smash through a sheet of ice from underwater and hold back the 19,000 pounds per square inch bite force of an orca. And while breaking a car window doesn't sound impressive, Nightwing's done so while the car was underwater and therefore pressurized. To pull this off, he needed to impact the glass with over 24,000 pounds per square inch. He's quick enough to dodge point-blank gunfire, skilled enough to leap through the city while blindfolded, and tough enough to survive falling off a building. Generally, any unsafe landing over 21 feet is guaranteed to break bone. And Nightwing dropped 140 feet onto his butt, and he was fine. And we've all fallen on our tailbone. That shit sucks. At one point, Nightwing spent 96 hours patrolling city streets looking for the criminal mastermind Two-Face, and an additional 5 or more hours collecting evidence. A 2010 study on sleep deprivation noted that 72 hours without sleep leads to a number of horrendous side effects, including hallucinations. But when it was time to leap between blimps hundreds of feet in the air and give Two-Face the beatdown he deserved, you couldn't even tell Nightwing was in desperate need of a nap. And don't forget, he was trained by the #1 detective in the world. He's good enough to solve a kidnapping with a single look at the scene of a crime. Even more impressive, he once performed a skydive at 930 miles per hour, which took all of 15 minutes. That puts his starting position around 25 miles high and free falling faster than the speed of sound. For reference, real-life Austrian athlete Felix Baumgartner performed a similar great leap from 24 miles up, hitting a maximum speed over 800 miles per hour. To pull this off, he needed a specialized suit to protect him from the extreme cold, unfiltered sunlight, and lack of oxygen. One mistaken movement could have put him into a rapid spin, rendering him unconscious and causing his blood to boil.
And Nightwing just did it without any of that. Damn!
He's certainly tough, but he's had his fair share of losses. His scarred body is proof of that.
And eventually, him and Bats finally made up. He even took up the cowl himself when Batman was out for a while. Nightwing is one superhero who will always come out on top, along with his partners, Jim and Juan. What? I mean, it's right here in the intern's notes. Who's Jim and Juan?
Oh, that's the names these ladies gave his butt cheeks.
Oh, well, guess you can't argue with the ass on that dick.
Hey, yo.
Robin? I haven't used that name in a long time. Call me Nightwing.
Nah, gang, you gotta say no. Diddy. Or at least this was before then, so you gotta say, oh.
His touch became so sensitive, he can tell when a person is close to him simply from the disturbance in the air. His ears can pick up the faintest of sounds, from the slightest movement of an enemy to the rising heartbeat of someone who's lying. His taste can detect each separate ingredient in any recipe, including poisons, and his nose can track you down like a bloodhound.
Who needs eyes when you can sense everything around you to the smallest detail? But he couldn't use his blind powers as well as he does without the training under a super secret warrior named Stick. No relation.
With Stick's help, Matt mastered several fighting styles, including ninjutsu, Krav Maga, and Kung Fu.
And get this, Stick had basically the same blind powers as Daredevil.
Whoa. Silk sheets.
Thanks to him, Matt learned how to hone his senses, to know and maneuver through his surroundings even better than those with working eyes. He also learned how to tap into something called an atom-induced radar sense.
Like that thing that bats do when they bounce sound around to see in the dark or whatever?
Sort of. That's sonar, or echolocation, and he can use it too. But thanks to his radioactive origins, Daredevil can actually emit electromagnetic energy waves from his body, which bounce off objects in his vicinity, painting a picture of his surroundings in his head. This means he doesn't even need sound to find and take down an opponent.
So he's got a ton of ways to make up for his eye problem, but he's also got some awesome gear to help him take out the bad guys. Like his devil suit that's bulletproof, shockproof, flameproof, and a perfect backup plan whenever he forgets to prep for a Halloween party.
For combat, he built a versatile weapon out of his most innocuous possession, a walking cane.
By day, he's a feeble blind man slowly tapping across the road. But by night, he whips out the horns and snaps his cane into a high-tech billy club.
The club houses a cable, hidden blades, a recording device, and exploding pellets.
It can even turn into a boomerang. Man, where do I get one of these? You don't have to be blind, right?
No, but you shouldn't. You already destroy everything without a super club.
Well, I'd need to practice to throw it as well as he does. You know how Captain America tosses his shield all over the place and it always seems to come back to him? Well, Daredevil does the exact same thing. And he can throw it hard enough to bust concrete. He's super strong. He can lift a 400-pound barbell and chuck it as casually as when I toss a beer away if it's time for a new one.
He's quick enough to deflect bullets with his billy club and skilled enough to bounce one back so it killed the man who fired it in the first place.
Bet that guy wasn't expecting that. It looks like he's firing a Glock, which has a muzzle speed of about 1,200 feet per second.
At just 20 feet away, Daredevil had to react within 17 milliseconds to avoid getting hit. And while he couldn't survive a shot to the head, he's powered through a heck of a lot when compared to the average human.
He's survived zaps from Electro, whose power can burn through metal. He's fallen multiple stories and walked away, powered through a napalm explosion, and been hit by a 5-foot bar swung by the Ox, who can tear through metal cages and lift more than 800 pounds.
His keen control over his nervous system has also helped him resist tranquilizers and toxins, but his super senses are also his biggest weakness.
They may give him way more field awareness than most anybody else, but if his opponent knows how his powers work, they can overload his senses with an extremely loud noise or a really bad smell. Like if you had a truckload of screaming skunks you could throw at him. That'd probably work, right?
But even with those weaknesses, Daredevil is a fearsome foe for anyone who would face him. even if he can't see them.
He even managed to balance his life of law and the crime fighting, and became a huge success on his own. Papa Boxer would be proud.
I'm gonna kill you! Take your shot.
Alright, although I'm still going with Nightwing. I just feel like he's gonna be able to, taught by Batman, he's gonna be able to figure out the weakness. I'm gonna go Nightwing still. But hardest line going to Daredevil though. He said, try. Oh no, he said take your best shot. I'm tripping. Take your best shot. Like, look, that's kind of cold. But let me know down below. This is the pre-fight predictions. Let's go and get straight into the fight. And let me know down below who y'all rocking with. We going Nightwing. Let's get it. It's not even like no video game. It's still like real life, low key. It's like actual people.
I know you're there. You can leave now, or I can drag you out. It's your choice.
Ooh, I'm shaking in my boots, especially looking at the Prince of Darkness. But that case over there is part of an investigation I've been working, so why don't you hand it over and I'll get out of your horns. Is that a no then?
It's tough.
What the?
He snapped his arm? Ooh.
What
That's
are
tough.
Better.
He already can't see, so that's not good.
I wish I could see the look on your face.
Me too. See you in hell.
My boy hit him with the Chidori. That's so tough. Give me a
KO!
What?
That's so tough. My boy hit him with a Chidori. My boy said, Chidori. It just hit him. Mean right hook. But I knew it would happen, bro. Dubs in the chat, bro. If he was trained by Batman, obviously he's got the smarts to figure out something as little as that being a weakness. Obviously, probably go over the head of some people, but I mean, obviously, if you can't see, heighten the other sentences, and you'll be fine. I mean, even Naruto figured that out against Kiba. Super sense of smell, fart in his face. Come on now.
What the? Was that live action? We can do that now?
This was possibly one of our closest matchups to
live
date.
action.
Despite lacking a true superhuman physique, both Nightwing and Daredevil were extremely skilled and deadly fighters.
When it came to overpowering each other, they were pretty dead even. Sure, based on their previous feats, we can tell that Nightwing seemed a little stronger and more acrobatic, and Daredevil seemed a little quicker to react.
But these differences were extremely minimal. It's actually feasible that these two could pull off almost all the exact same feats.
Keyword being almost.
Right, with such similar physical abilities, this really came down to their arsenal, Nightwing's gadgets and Daredevil's superpowers. At first glance, these could simply counter each other, making this match completely even again. For example, both could take advantage of the dark with night vision or super senses, but only one set was perfectly suited to actively disrupt the other.
Remember Nightwing's scanning mask? There's no way he couldn't notice those electro waves Daredevil's radar sense was sending everywhere. Even Mr. Magoo could have figured out something was weird here, let alone the guy trained by freaking Batman. You know, the greatest detective in the world.
Through a little hand-to-hand action, Nightwing was certainly clever enough to recognize Daredevil's reliance to sound over sight, and had the perfect counterweapon, the ultrasonic wingding.
Look, I'm sure there were several possible scenarios where Daredevil could have pulled off the win, but more times than not, Nightwing takes this thanks to his athletic skill, detective training, and high-tech gadgets. All he had to do was dare to wing it.
The winner is Nightwing.
L pun. But as you guys see, I had to actually delete my Turtle Beaches too because my beats by Dre died. So, but yeah, let me know down below. I feel like that was a pretty good one, or a pretty like obvious one to win there. Just after hearing, especially the weaknesses of Daredevil and knowing that Nightwing was literally trained by one of the smartest heroes, and honestly, in both sides, the best detective, at least in both sides. Maybe not the smartest hero, but the best detective, best at finding other people's weaknesses. I mean, man literally developed a fail-safe plan to get rid of every member of the Justice League, even himself. You mean somebody he teach Nightwing how to find weaknesses? Like, especially something that obvious, like find out, oh, this man is actually blind for real. If I heighten up his other senses, he's probably gonna fall. Now the question is, which sense? Does he have over-heightened touch? Does he have over-heightened smell, hearing, taste? What is it I want to have to feel up on? And then, like you said, the vision showed him the electromagnetic wave. So okay, you're going off your ears, bet. You know what I'm saying? Supersonic wave. So let me know what you guys think about it down below. If you guys feel like that's a pretty accurate representation. I mean, they did admit that it's very, very even and literally came down to that slight difference. So let me know what you guys feel about it down below. If you were riding Team Daredevil, let me know what you feel like would have caused him to get the dub. If you're rocking Team Nightwing, let's go ahead and celebrate down below in the comment section and subscribe and like the video on your way out if you want more death battles to come to the channel. So I'll catch you guys in the next one. It's me, boy Sean Too Smooth, aka Black Kage, Black Avatar, King Leo, aka Black Nightwing, and I'll catch you guys in the next one, man. I'm going for the day. Peace.